Hello, welcome to Bullish Way. We will introduce you Armageddon 2 indicator as the best TradingView buy-sell indicator. Also, we will teach you how to use it. In this video, we will have 4 parts. 1. Overview of the Armageddon 2 indicator. 2. Backtesting the indicator to show that the Armageddon 2 indicator is not a repainting indicator. 3. Optimization of indicator algorithms. 4. Instructions and how to use it to accept and reject the signals issued by the Armageddon 2 indicator. Part 1. Overview of Armageddon 2 indicator on Bitcoin daily time frame. We show you the long and short signals of the Armageddon 2 indicator on the daily time frame of Bitcoin, which has been optimized. As you can see, the strength and accuracy of the signals are excellent, and for this reason, the Armageddon 2 indicator is called the best and most accurate TradingView indicator for crypto, forex, and stock markets. You can use this indicator on all time frames, scalp and swing trading, and for crypto, forex, and stock markets and see impressive results. Just optimize it on the symbol and time frame you want and enjoy its accurate predictions. In the following, we will teach you how to optimize and follow the instructions which are required. In the previous video, we showed you the performance of Armageddon 2 indicator on different markets in different time frames from 1 minute to weekly. You can watch that video. The access link to this indicator is placed in the description section below of the video. This indicator is completely non-repainting, and after the signal label is fixed, it does not disappear later, and the fake signal label does not appear after the formation of a wave with a delay. For example, we will show you a backtest of this chart, which is the daily time frame of Bitcoin. Part 2. Backtest of Armageddon 2 indicator to show it is 100% non-repainting indicator. Part 3. Optimization of algorithms and indicator parameters for each symbol on each time frame. For each symbol on each time frame, you must first optimize the parameters and algorithms of the indicator. Then, after adjusting the algorithm to the optimal settings, use the indicator to predict the future trend of the market. If you change the time frame or symbol, it is necessary to re-optimize for that time frame and symbol. There are 3 parameters for the Armageddon 2 indicator that need to be optimized. First, computational algorithms. Second, signal type. And third source for candlestick calculation. We start with computational algorithms. As mentioned, for each symbol in each time frame, you must choose the best and optimized algorithm for it. You can choose more than one algorithm at the same time, but we recommend not to choose more than 2 at the same time. The optimization of algorithms is in this way that for each symbol and each time frame, you have to try the algorithms by trial and error to see which of them or their combination for the desired symbol in the desired time frame in last 10 signals has better performance. In the next part, you will learn how to reject the wrong signals, but in optimizing the algorithms, the accept and reject instructions should not be used, and you should only test which algorithm has more correct signals in the last 10 signals for the desired symbol and time frame. Then use that algorithm to predict the trend of that symbol and time frame in the future. In this example, we want to optimize the algorithm parameter for the daily time frame of Bitcoin. For example, we try algorithm number 9. Now you need to check the last 10 issued signals to see if they are correct or not. This short signal is wrong, so algorithm number 9 for daily time frame of Bitcoin is rejected. In the next part, we will teach you how to accept and reject signals, that you will learn how to reject this false signal by following our instructions. But in optimizing and choosing the optimal algorithm, you should not follow the instructions. Now we disable algorithm number 9, which was rejected, and for example, try algorithm number 6. Now we have to test the last 10 issued signals of the indicator to see if they are correct or not. This long signal is wrong, so algorithm number 6 is also rejected. As we said before, we will easily reject this long signal in following the instructions for accepting and rejecting indicator signals, but we will not implement the instructions in optimizing the algorithms. We try algorithm number 3. As you can see, the performance of algorithm number 3 has been excellent without following the instructions in the last 10 signals of the indicator. Therefore, we will use algorithm number 3 to predict the trend of Bitcoin in daily time frame, and algorithm number 3 is optimal for the daily time frame of Bitcoin. We change the time frame of Bitcoin from daily to 1-hour time frame. As you can see, the optimal settings that we set for the daily time frame is not optimal for the 1-hour time frame. So by changing the time frame or the symbol, we have to optimize the algorithm parameter. We disable algorithm number 3 and activate algorithm number 8, and you can see that this algorithm is optimal for the 1-hour time frame of Bitcoin, and we will use this optimal algorithm to predict the trend of the 1-hour time frame of Bitcoin. Let's go back to the Bitcoin daily time frame and algorithm number 3, which was optimal for it. Now, after optimizing the algorithm parameter, it is time to adjust the other 2 parameters of the Armageddon 2 indicator. If you set the signal type to main and auxiliary, you can receive more signals from the indicator. The last parameter of the indicator that you need to optimize is the source for candlestick calculation that has 2 options, close and shadow. After optimizing the algorithm parameter, you should test which of these 2 options has a better result on the symbol and time frame you want. In the example of the daily time frame of Bitcoin, that we have optimized the algorithm, you can see that by setting the source for candlestick calculation on shadow, this wrong short signal appears, so we set it to the close option. Now all the parameters of the Armageddon 2 indicator are properly optimized for the daily time frame of Bitcoin, and you can predict the trend well with it and get significant profit from the market. Instructions for Armageddon 2 indicator. How to accept and reject the signals. Aspect 1. After long labeled candlestick is closed, downtrend is not touched by that labeled candlestick. So signal is accepted. Target is touching the downtrend. After optimizing the algorithms and other parameters of the indicator, it is time to learn the instructions for accepting and rejecting signals. For long signals, you must draw the downtrend of the wave in which it is located, and for short signals, you must draw the uptrend of the wave in which it is located. Now for this long signal, we are going to execute the instructions whether this long signal is accepted or rejected. So we draw the downtrend of the descending wave in which this long signal is located. Now we check whether this downtrend that we drew is touched by that candlestick containing the long signal or not. If it is touched, the signal is rejected, and if it is not touched, the signal is accepted. In this example, the downtrend is not touched by the candlestick containing the long signal, and therefore the long signal is accepted, and it is confirmed that a long position can be opened here. The take profit for this long position is the moment the downtrend is touched, in this way that, after closing this candlestick, which has a long signal, we enter a long position, and when the downtrend touches, we exit the position with profit. Let's look at another example for the aspect 1. We review the instructions for this long signal. We need to draw the downtrend of the descending wave in which this labeled candlestick is located. With the closing of this long signal labeled candlestick, the downtrend has not been touched by that candlestick, so the long signal is accepted, and after the closing of this candlestick, we enter the long position, and when the downtrend is touched, we exit the long position with profit. Aspect 2. After short labeled candlestick is closed, uptrend is not touched by that short labeled candlestick, so signal is accepted. Target is touching the uptrend. For this short signal, we are going to review the instructions. First, we draw the uptrend for the ascending wave in which this short labeled candlestick is located. Now we check the uptrend is touched by the short labeled candlestick or not. If the uptrend is touched by the candlestick containing short signal, the short signal is rejected, and if it is not touched, the short signal is accepted. In our example, the uptrend is not touched by the short labeled candlestick, and therefore the short signal is accepted, and it is confirmed that we enter the short position by closing the short labeled candlestick. Take profit for this case is the moment the uptrend is touched, so when the uptrend is touched, we will exit the short position with profit. Aspect 3. After long labeled candlestick is closed, downtrend is not touched by that long labeled candlestick, so signal is accepted. Target is touching the downtrend. Downtrend is breaked out, so target will continue. This aspect is exactly the same as the aspect 1, and the only difference is in take profit. In this way, if the downtrend breaks out, the target for long position will continue. Let's check the example. For this long signal, we review the instructions. First, the downtrend of the descending wave in which the long labeled candlestick is located must be drawn. Then we check whether the downtrend is touched by the long labeled candlestick or not. If the downtrend is touched by that candlestick, the long signal is rejected, and if it is not touched, the long signal is accepted. In this example, the downtrend is not touched by the long labeled candlestick, so the long signal is accepted and it is confirmed to enter the long position. The difference between this aspect and aspect 1 is in take profit. In the aspect 1, when the downtrend is touched, we should close the long position with profit. But in this aspect, downtrend is breaked out, so take profit will continue. I show you another example for aspect 3. For this long signal, we check the instructions. Downtrend is drawn for the descending wave in which the long labeled candlestick is located in. The downtrend is not touched by the long labeled candlestick, so the signal is accepted and we enter a long position. The downtrend is breaked out, so take profit continues. After short labeled candlestick is closed, uptrend is not touched by that short labeled candlestick, so signal is accepted. Take profit is when uptrend is being touched. Uptrend is breaked out, so target will continue. This aspect is completely similar to the aspect 2, and the only difference is in take profit. In the aspect 2, when the uptrend is touched, we should close the short position, but in this aspect, the uptrend is breaked out, and therefore the take profit continues. In this example, we are going to execute the instructions for this short signal. First, we draw the uptrend for the ascending wave that contains the labeled candlestick. Now, we need to check if the uptrend was touched by the short labeled candlestick after it closed or not. If the uptrend is touched by the short labeled candlestick, the short signal is rejected, and if the uptrend is not touched by the short labeled candlestick, the short signal is accepted. In this example, after the closing of the short labeled candlestick, the uptrend is not touched by that candlestick, and therefore the short signal is accepted and it is confirmed to enter the short position. Take profit in the aspect 2 was when the uptrend was touched, and when the uptrend was touched, we had to close the short position with profit. But in this aspect, you can see that the uptrend is breaked out, so the target and take profit continue. Let's show you another example for aspect 4. With the closing of this short labeled candlestick, the uptrend is not touched by that candlestick, so the short signal is accepted and we open the short position. You can see that the uptrend is breaked out, so the take profit will continue and the short position will not be closed at the moment for more profit. Aspect 5. After long labeled candlestick is closed, downtrend is touched by that long labeled candlestick, so signal is rejected. In the Bitcoin daily time frame, I will set the algorithm settings to the non-optimal option to find the wrong signal more easily and show how it can be rejected with instructions. For this long signal, we execute the instructions. First, we draw the downtrend for the descending wave in which this candlestick is located. You can see that with the closing of this long labeled candlestick, the downtrend has been touched by the long labeled candlestick. Therefore, this long signal is rejected. You can see that even if the algorithm settings for the Armageddon 2 indicator are not optimal, by executing the instructions you can easily reject the wrong signal. Let's look at another example of false signal rejection. We draw the downtrend for this signal. You can see that when the long labeled candlestick closes, the downtrend is touched by that long labeled candlestick. Therefore, the long signal is rejected. Aspect 6. After short labeled candlestick is closed, uptrend is touched by that short labeled candlestick, so signal is rejected. For Bitcoin daily time frame, I set the algorithm settings to non-optimal to find the wrong signal more easily. For this short signal, we draw the uptrend of the ascending wave in which the short labeled candlestick is located. As you can see, the uptrend is touched by the short labeled candlestick, so the short signal is rejected and you should not enter the position with it. Instructions diagram and more examples. In Bullish Way website and on the Armageddon 2 indicator page, you can find an instructions diagram that summarizes the instructions. There are also more examples of how to execute the instructions that you may find useful. The access link to the Armageddon 2 indicator page is placed in the video description. I'm sure that by using Armageddon 2 indicator, the number of your successful trades will increase significantly. Good luck.